And scene.
Dang, yo, she's like, yo, they really did that in front of everybody? Well, the look on her face.
Well, because she knows it's real and they don't.
What's going on? It's your boy Syntell with the Intel, and I am here with the beautiful Mikel-Claire.
Garlic and crosses. I don't know.
That sticks. Let's see if that sticks so well. Nah, we'll just listen to Interview with a Vampire Season 2, Episode 2. I love you to death. This episode is called Do You Know What It Means to Be Loved by Death?
You just said you love me to death, so yeah, I do know.
See how
I know.
All
see
that
how
just
you
comes full around. We about to get started. All right. Patreon, thank you so much for your patronage. Without you, this doesn't happen. We are getting started in 3, 2, 1.
Stay tuned after the show for an exclusive look.
Woo! I like that we get a little bit of time in between these episodes. I don't get me wrong. Like,
thanks, AMC.
Thank you, AMC.
I do too.
The Netflix effect where you get everything all at the same time, it's cool sometimes, but sometimes you need to just sit and marinate on an episode. I can't lie.
As an instant gratification person, I do like for it all to come out at once. Right. But I do like a little breather, especially with this type of content.
Yeah. Do you know what it means to be loved by death?
You said
the way I said that.
Yeah, I'm like,
so dramatic.
For what Paris means to me now is very different from what it meant to me then.
May I try?
Please.
Paris was an awakening for Louis.
Okay, Armand, take over.
It was many things in those days.
That part.
Even now, to think of it, setting aside certain events, I feel something close to happiness when I think of it. But she proposed to your Alice in Paris.
And she divorced me in Staten Island. Paris sucks.
Paris is a universe all to himself.
Cafe culture is boring.
Cafe culture is boring.
Some people love a spot, other folks hate it.
Oh, absolutely.
It's all about context.
And experience there.
And I'm looking for francs and diamonds. Truth don't pay the rent.
No salt, no butter, can't have milk.
I love how they way up there and nobody see them.
Undernourished me. You want francs and pockets? These people are broke.
Maybe we chose the wrong time.
I saw a woman tonight.
It's a beautiful horse. Or Pegasus.
Says Paris is on her way back. Give her a little time is all.
What makes you think Paris is a woman?
Well, now I know you're hungry.
Tell me what a woman is.
Where you want to hunt? 4-6 dark.
She just put it on her ring finger, her wedding ring finger.
So you want a hard meal, francs and diamonds, and you want heaven to open up and rain down mixed stars? Is that it?
It's a start.
Absolutely, in Paris.
Vampires to make themselves known to a local coven.
Gosh.
We didn't get that memo.
Oh.
The whitest of lies, turning 77 this year. Do not leave Dubai until you've made him retracted.
He's like, I'm so not amused by you.
Our skin did not attract the same attention it did in America.
Right, because there wasn't any racism in mid-20th century France.
It did not register as a slight in those days. I was just grateful knowing no one wanted to lynch me or direct me to far into the cafe counter.
Right.
A white dude who did not live in that time telling a black vampire what it means to be racism
and
in that time period.
And how he experienced it. What his experience was. Please tell the Algerians how they would feel about
brother,
that.
Were you even alive
Are
then?
you Algerian? We just missed that whole part.
Yeah, I know.
I hadn't come to that conclusion yet. I liked taking photographs. It took my mind off things.
I feel that.
Oh, I can see that. Yeah, creative outlet. I do get that. But the choice of it and the timing of it is interesting to me.
I don't know. Surprise, baby. Something off. Like a hat that's too small for a head. Someone realized that they forgot to do something and they stopped. Then you can get mindful about it. Ask yourself what brought them here. What brought you here? Is it coming together random? Choreographed? The metro late for him? The rain?
Sometimes I want the short answer.
Right?
I feel you, Louie. I'm with you, Louie.
Did you just try to shut me off?
People just, I feel you, Louie.
You knew the answer, why'd you ask? Let a brother primp a bit. Let me think I'm deeper than I am.
Thank you!
So,
I'm just trying to get through nice, sis. I shortcut
I am Louis.
Oh, I hope not.
Are you Louis?
Oh, Syntell.
I'm your brother.
I'm your brother,
I'm your mother. I'm your sister.
your
Your
father, I'll be
cousin.
your sister, your brother. You just gotta believe in me, baby.
That's right.
I'm the reticent vampire of the night arrondissement. I walk the night, capturing disappointment and
Can you take
regret.
pictures of vampires?
As only the reticent vampire can.
I think that's a misconception.
That's a myth, right? Yeah. One of the many myths.
Yeah.
Who would you be?
Good question.
What do you want?
Hmm.
How you gonna get there?
That's interesting though, because you don't really think about still being able to live the life you would
She
have
had
led
a point.
prior
Yes,
to.
Paris sucks.
Oh my gosh.
It's miserable, but she doesn't want to with your two delusional left bank dilettante vibes.
She wasn't telling me something I didn't know about.
Oh, look at this.
Oh yeah.
Uh-oh.
You can't talk crap about my honey.
No, he's hovering something. Yeah.
Claudia.
Excuse me.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I've triggered a memory.
Yeah.
Claudia, it's her journal. Louis needs Paris.
It's
I don't.
1985. You and Alice read a brass.
Mm-hmm.
And you say, yeah. Let's talk about it later tonight.
I gotta knock out another chapter. One a week. Was paid. I never finished the novel. I think it was the yeah that pissed her off most. Yeah?
You think?
Louis needs Paris. I don't know what I need.
Maybe a new brain on my head.
Hmm.
I suppose I'm afraid my joylessness will take away his happiness, and maybe I don't want his feelings to depend on mine anymore.
That's fascinating.
A forever switch of wild opposites at play.
Joyfully joyless. That's a contradiction, but fascinating to think about.
Look at her looking at like things of women, like grown women. Remember, because
Well,
she
I'm sure
doesn't.
she wants
She's
to be.
timeless
Yeah.
in this age. Yeah.
I'm sure. Oh, she about to take that woman and that dress.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Pas de saucer, je serai brave.
Faites attention, c'est une robe en soie. Une goutte d'eau pourrait la tacher.
Goodness.
N'est-ce pas?
Bon, je peux pas vous laisser ici à jouer à vous déguiser.
What the?
You can take it in from me, yes? You do alterations.
Ma grande, please, don't pretend to be something you're not, yeah?
Oh,
Believe me, womanhood will happen soon enough.
goodness.
Bon,
The dress for my body. And I'll need some gloves. I'm thinking white.
You better take that money.
Well, it blew her whatever preconceived notion up in her face.
Right?
Today, the Paris albums.
Oh, the Paris albums. So the pictures, remember you were asking?
Thank you, Rashid.
So?
Photos are the record of time passing.
Armand's getting a little anxious. Look at his hands.
They do not lie, but neither do they tell you a thorough story.
That's very true.
Some are very old now, most are dead. And some we simply drained for sport. Well, generally me.
Because he was
Louis
jealous.
has his ways.
Look how he's looking at him. He's like, what does that mean exactly?
Two wars had made a certain impression on the men of France. There was no way to describe it other than optimistic.
Someone steady on his feet, but
With a history of chasing the wrong kind of love.
I'll describe it myself.
They're funny.
With a history of chasing the wrong kind of love.
To explore who you are, to find the right kind of love, than in a public park.
Well, I mean, that's the option they had, right? Like,
I would confront the elder and make him aware of the ways rogue vampires were dealt with in Paris.
oh, rogue vampires. Okay. He said I would confront
You have
them.
to have a coven, huh?
Did
I guess
he?
that's a rule.
Well, he said you have to notify them. Something.
But I sensed his ancient power right away.
Awkward. His attempt to blend in as some layman, thinking he could fade into the landscape, it was absurd.
Yeah.
Who broke the ice? What were the first words of the ancient vampire to the future love of his life?
I still think he's hiding something. We know he's hiding something.
Yeah, I mean, it's like your intuition feels it, right?
Yeah. I do believe he loves him and doesn't intend to harm him. I have that belief, but
Like, as far as like looking like a mysterious vampire, he nails it.
Yes, he
Like,
does.
He nails that
yes,
look.
he does. Ancient, mysterious,
Yeah.
powerful. She got her dress.
Yeah, she feeling herself too. Well, at least the woman that she wishes she could be.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I found some.
I found some. Or they found me.
Yeah, but you know, Claudia, she's so... Yeah.
She's so what?
She's so ready to chomp at the bit. She's going to be too eager.
She's going to be a bit much for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pink and green.
He's like, really?
A fake.
Is that? I wonder if that feels like blackface for them.
Oh, I'm sure it does.
A mixture of slavish
Oh, Claudia's going to mess this up. I can feel it.
Overserved tourists.
We had become amusingly passé amongst the theatre community.
Amusingly passé.
Now invading Paris post-war. 5 out of every 7 performances were in the King's English.
Some had been there dozens of times.
Oh, yeah, they definitely blackfaced it up.
It was spoken.
They were all the same to us. Cattle for our nightly Sabbath.
And we felt their numbers in the charged air.
He in an ascot. Armand got an ascot. No wonder Louis fell for him.
What you're about to see.
Oh, no.
It's for you an outrage that masks a birth and
She's so fascinated.
the highest form of art in the lowest of ways.
Oh.
Amanda's like, come on, Frank.
Look, oh, he's a little jealous about that look.
Bloodlust, fear of the insane. I salute your honesty right after I take my boot from your arm.
Goodness gracious.
In fact, we capsize it, so if you don't leave here tonight seeing the world upside down and liking very much what you see and feel.
Oh. Wait a minute.
Failed in our jobs, which is at the heart of it, to laugh alongside your misery while you cry and scream for more.
Oh, my. Why does it make me...
lies.
It makes me think of, what's that horror, Rocky Horror Picture Show?
Ah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love you for it. And I welcome you.
Dang. Way to command the stage, man.
Yeah, I was like, he killing it.
Dang. He said that directly to Claudia.
I think he said it to the crowd, to the people, the humans, if you will.
This is an English-only performance. Start again.
They don't speak.
Is Annie Roman? I live in Antwerp. This is real. Call my husband.
I'll call him for you, baby.
Of course, they think it's part of the play.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, take her away, or be gone.
He about to freestyle this.
Or is it part of it?
Suppose the Reaper had a heart that could resist your Belgian beauty.
He's probably glamoring her too at the
Someone
same
would
time.
have to take your place. Your husband?
Oh.
Oh.
Your son?
Oh, no.
How about
You, Claudia. Just kidding.
him?
Oh. She's like, yeah, that's fine. He'll work. He'll work.
Him. Yeah, he can do.
He'll work, yeah.
They'll give you in a wink.
Goodness. They're trying to see, like, show us humanity or something? Or what they view humanity as?
Well, they have a particular feel about religion.
Yeah.
You know, when you live eternally like they do.
Yeah. Oh.
You know, your views on God are going to probably shift. Look at Claudia. She loves it. Just loves it. He's slowing her heartbeat down with that. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's the little details. This is great.
Conscious death, Annika. And that would make you a bride.
Did he say a bride?
Yeah.
Right? I'm with you, Louis.
She's like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen.
No pain.
Okay, so if death loves you, then it's not painful. That's just love that's painful.
Yo, he's drained her in public. Oh!
Those are the actors, I think. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, I feel like those people are the actors, but that dude is really... Oh, maybe not. And scene.
Dang. Yo, she's like, yo, they really did that in front of everybody? Well, the look on her face.
Well, because she knows it's real and they don't.
Louis is so disgusted.
Yeah.
She's like, I am all in.
She's like, these are my people. I have found my tribe.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Trap door real quick.
I have found my tribe.
That dude is interested. Yeah, him.
He's probably extremely ancient because he just commands. Look at Louis. He's
like, these your people?
He's like, I don't know what to think about this.
This your squad?
This your tribe?
Dang.
5 insolent months of nights.
Oh,
waiting for you to humble us with your appearance.
Oh, so they've been there for 5 months without even saying that they were there.
Mm-hmm. Well, Louis senses the danger like completely.
Well, they don't know. Like they don't know because they've never interacted with other vampires other than the ones they saw in the woods, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like you don't know what to expect. And they just saw them eat some people on stage.
Oh, the son looks
older than the father, yes. Kwang here refused the dark gift until he could be on stage.
My son is rebellious.
Goodness.
He was, yeah?
Lending us our core acting
Goodness.
company. Gustave, Celeste, Estelle, and Santiago.
Santiago.
Claudia is the only American vampire, so I say that's a yes.
And
That they're
all
aware of.
American vampires as
Handsome.
alluring as you.
Dang, she's
smitten.
Night you were given the gift, phase of the moon, name of the maker.
Ooh.
I don't really need
Do you
the
both
name.
have the same maker?
Yes.
We did.
Oh,
His name was Bruce.
Why are you lying?
Is he Scottish?
Why would you
He
lie?
said he was from Copenhagen. We met him on the road just outside of
Chicago.
Remember, that's what the dude met in season 1 when she met the college students?
And once again, Santiago, it seems you've missed the vein and drawn air instead.
I got a question
Santiago like,
on the wall up there.
With us in spirit, always. Our co-founder and the finest actor
It's
ever to
Lestat,
walk on
isn't it?
stage.
Yep.
Lestat de Lioncourt.
Yep.
Wow. Wow.
I did not see that one come.
I didn't either. Wow.
They were not compatible.
He tasted like vermouth and annihilation.
She had a boyfriend. This is great.
Yeah.
Wait, he said. Okay, so he was with it. Lestat was with everybody. You hear that?
It's
vampires, they get down.
It's how one endures.
Lestat's appearance is important.
I love the background music.
You can make up a name?
Best Lie's got some truth to him, and that's the only other vampire I knew. It's gonna be fine.
No, it's not.
Stop.
He's 100-something-year-old Peyton in a frame.
They got a fucking shrine to him. What if they find out we killed him?
One of us would have to tell them.
Or think it.
Or think it's that part.
Yeah.
And right after that, I invaded their thoughts, and not one of them thought anything other than I want
Yo,
to
you're
live.
too young to think you were that powerful enough.
But they know nothing, and they're gonna continue knowing nothing because you're gonna keep that loose head of yours tight. Those Frenchies love being vampires, and they shamed us because we never felt that way, and we fucking should.
There is some truth to what she's saying,
It's
though.
not safe there.
That is the real truth.
Oh, you felt my lust.
Armand? Oh yeah, felt his too. Now I know what two blood fat cocks slapping hands feel like.
Dang, Claudia.
Don't ruin this for me, Louis. Need this.
The coven had lifted Claudia's spirits, but seeing Lestat's portrait put me on edge.
Absolutely.
And then I remembered his frequent money wires came from a law firm with an address in the Marais, Roger and Associates. We were very close friends.
He remembered that? Okay, so he gave him.
I have a
giving
client
him those
arriving in
box.
20 minutes. You may have the office.
Well, that was kind.
Well, you may finally get some of Lestat's history in that box, you know, because we have no idea how old he is.
I think it's something that he purposely left it for him, so I don't think that it's something that we might discover other than more thoughts about Louis. I am alive and well and kicking.
And they shall see
In the
you.
event you are reading this, something dreadful has occurred, which is not my death.
Do not give them the satisfaction of the hunt. You let treachery eat away at them from within.
Oh.
You go carry on with your living. Know only this, mon cher. You are the only being I trust.
Wow.
And my love. Above and beyond myself.
Dang.
All my love belongs to you.
Oh my goodness, that's gotta hurt.
But it is a thin veil. And I'm always on the other side.
Dang.
Louis, you be spitting bars, huh? Not Louis, Lestat.
Right in the corner so you could pull out the ring.
The ring. Yeah, that's good.
Just at the right moment to surprise her.
Which I did.
And what did she say when you finally asked her to marry you?
What was that? Why'd he do that?
I don't know.
You stole your dad's Playboy magazines, sold them at recess.
Danny, I'll ask for a third time. What did Alice say?
See, that glamoring is crazy. You can't trust your memories.
Louis, perhaps we should...
She said no.
Oh, he's perfect. Why is he hurting him like this though? Why?
Because he just hurt him.
I know, but
Or we could simply return to the interview. If you're willing to ask your questions and then listen, which is your job.
No, I mean, you can only take so much of that. That's disrespectful. We're sharing our story and you're going to talk about our hurt feelings?
She had proven herself sincere.
I nodded off one night while Santiago was hamming it up. Apparently, that made me persona non grata with the leading man.
That is very disrespectful. You fall asleep during my performance.
well, we don't know how old the leading man is either. Like, he could be even more ancient than Armand.
That part.
Estate of the family de la Croix. Whilst their countrymen clutch ration cards, they've made quite a killing manipulating the black markets.
Oh.
Vous êtes qui? Ah, une réunion d'amis et d'associés.
Oui, mais vous avez pas la permission, non?
Santiago?
Dang.
Il ne faut pas d'autorisation.
Dang.
Elle est à nous, la propriété.
Give us a layout, would you look? 13 men, 8 women, and small firearms in the library bureau.
Dang, he bred all of that.
Oh. Look at Claudia. Claudia. No.
Here before the play. I'm gonna...
He like, hey, do you, let me do me. She about to feast.
There's probably people in there that have a different type of blood. Sweet blood.
Oh.
I am now where I most want to be.
Oh, look at the people.
That's just so casual about just the massacre that's happening. Look.
Nice night.
Yes.
Dang.
I like how you withhold.
I don't know about that. Cautious, maybe.
I like how you withhold.
Tricky.
What's that?
Us.
He said, oh, yes, I want to.
Labyrinthian depths of... It can be tricky.
Mm.
Look at Claudia. Look at Claudia.
She's something, your Claudia.
Spark in the dark.
Pity she was made so young.
Oh.
Imagine her in a body equal to her mind.
She's managed to it.
Has she,
Particularly skilled at blocking her thoughts. You must work harder on that.
Oh, I wonder if he knows about Lestat then.
I'm sure he does.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? That'd be great.
Good. Because I do believe I felt some trepidation when the name Lestat.
Oh.
Oh.
Who?
Oh, he just said he could read your mind,
My dear
homie.
American friend.
Yeah, don't lie.
Thinks of me often and who has dominated my mind ever since I laid eyes upon him.
I know that feeling.
He like, let's not do that. Don't do that.
Acquaintance with him, you can tell me when you're ready. But a few of the coven can be volatile and quite unforgiving.
I believe that.
Shut your mind if you hear his name again. Also, mon ami, may I suggest you never visit Roger Habert and Associates again. That sort of inquiry can open all sorts of trouble.
Ooh.
I believe that.
Like, we know everything.
Oh, he's like,
Maître is a coven endearment.
oh.
Armand for you.
Oh. He's like, you call me by my...
I love how they gamed each other down in the midst of all that carnage.
I never want to hunt alone again. I never want to leave.
Now she likes Paris, huh?
I love everybody and everything in this.
She on a blood high.
She's like, we ain't never leaving Paris. Ooh. He's torn. I think he's really torn between all of that.
If you're watching this on YouTube, you're going to see a cut down version of our reaction because we're only allowed to show you a limited amount of picture-in-picture. But if you want to watch the whole thing with us uncut, uninterrupted, head over to our Patreon page at patreon.com/Syntell. Become a member of this channel. You'll get access to the full uncut reaction, but you will need your own Netflix, HBO Max, or Disney Plus subscription so you can open up each episode in an adjacent window to our reaction. We'll give you a little time with a small reference video at the bottom of the screen to help you sync up the footage. And it'll be like you're watching it with your favorite pals from the internet. He's torn in a lot of different ways, which is another reason why this show is so interesting because, you know, it is really about the layers.
That went really fast.
Yeah,
Sorry, keep going, the layers.
And it was a really good episode.
Yeah.
Like, just finding, there is an importance of like finding your people, your
tribe,
coven, your tribe, if you will.
Yeah.
Because it can reinforce identity. And that's one of the things that I think Claudia is really having a difficult time dealing with. Especially when you had a maker that didn't really want to say anything. Lestat really kept Louis and her in the dark with a lot of stuff. And now it's this free-flowing information. But the thing is with Claudia is that she's young. She's a young vampire. Even though she is, you know, maybe 60 plus years in this body, she's still young in vampire terms. And you can see that inexperience kind of like shining through. How you feeling?
But the funny thing is, though, when you said that, I thought about, because Louis is still inexperienced as a vampire as well. Like, even though he had Lestat, you know, like you said, Lestat kept all the cards close to his chest. It was like, I'm gonna tell you what you need to know, or what I feel you need to know, not what you need to know. And then, you know, when he saw the hesitancy with the feedings and stuff, I'm sure it's like, well, let me not, you know, divulge too much about what you are now because, you know, I did this to you. But I absolutely agree with, like, it's so funny because, like, as Claudia was talking about certain things, it always reminds me of having a certain culture. And when you're around a certain culture, or when you aren't around it and you discover it, and what that feeling feels like, it feels like home. So I related to that when she was like, you know, all excited about being around in the theater, you know, and being like, oh my gosh, these are my people. These are what we do. Look, they're, you know, displaying it in a way where it's actually a good thing versus like frowned upon. It's people are scared of it. You know what I mean? So I felt that community, that sense of community, which is hilarious because as a vampire, you know, I'm like, what the heck? But I mean, it's just culturally, I get it.
Yeah, I mean, in case you didn't know, we both went to HBCUs, and for those who don't know what that means, it's a historically a black college.
And universities.
And college and universities, HBCUs. And for my particular experience, I had a really good idea of who I was as a person, but then when I became exposed to an HBCU, I realized I didn't. You know, it was like there was so much more growth, so much more understanding, so many different variations of things of what I could be or could become, so many different types of people that were willing to explain things to me under tutorships and what's the word I'm looking for? Mentorships. So yeah, that feeling of community goes an extremely long way, and that hunger for it, so you can feel what Claudia is talking about. But then there's the flip side of this too, right? So the flip side of that is Louis, who may not be ready for that. There's like in our little microcosm, even though I went to an HBCU, there were people that pledged for fraternities, which is another subsection of belonging. For my personal experience, that was not for me. For your personal experience, it was. So I can kind of understand what Louis was kind of saying with like, maybe this isn't the thing for me until I can figure out the things that I need to figure out. He's still holding on to Lestat. He's still trying to figure out if he's got this brother, maybe father figure with Claudia. He's still trying to figure out if his other vampire Armand is real. He's trying to keep these secrets. He's not ready to commit in that particular way. Whereas Claudia is like, okay, I'm in for the whole ride. Let's see how this works. And I can understand Louis' hesitation because with my own personal experience.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I feel like you said, interesting enough that we're talking about it in relation to HBCUs and college, right? So we know what it's like to be in the minority. We know what it's like to be in the majority. Even though that was a very short period of time, we were in the majority. So we know what that feels like. But, where you come from, what you experience in life, all those things played into how comfortable you were with that transition, right? So Louis, he's used to New Orleans. He had a whole life.
He had a family.
A whole life, a whole career, a whole experience before he even made it there.
Yes.
So he has all of that to kind of contribute to maybe his hesitancy, his knowing more of who he was before then. Some parts of those are still there. So she doesn't have all of that to come with. So she's diving right in. Oh my gosh, I'm in the majority now, and these are my people, and this is my squad. Whereas some people who have different experiences or different life experiences, it's very shocking initially. It's like a culture shock with your own kind. You know what I mean? So I find it fascinating, but I understand both sides.
Yeah, exactly. I fully get, and it's the writers are doing a really good job of not beating us over the head with it. You can just see how it's unfolding. Something else that I really enjoyed about this episode, and it's something I haven't seen since the first season, is the relationship, these love ties that they have. The thing that makes season 1 so great is how volatile the relationships were between Louis and Lestat. And there was a fun moment in the first season when you can see the courting kind of phase.
Oh yeah,
and Louis could do no wrong. And Lestat could do no wrong.
Love it. Yeah.
And we're kind of getting that again, but told from a different perspective of couples that have been through it. They've been through the fire, and they're sitting on this sofa talking about how they first met and living through revisionist eyes in a kind of sense, or kind of correcting each other a little bit about how it kind of went down. That was just a really fun ride and a fun experience, and you kind of almost forget that they're vampires for a hot second, because they just seem like an old couple that's been together since we've been married together for 40 years, and this is how it's kind of been. But take that, but put it in young people's bodies, younger people's bodies. I just had a lot of fun with that.
Yeah, I loved it. I didn't, and it's funny because you said that they've been through the fire or something, but we don't even know what they've been through.
No, we don't.
Yeah, so that's why for me, I loved it because they view it, and I don't know any tribulations that they've been through, so I just see it as this true, intense love of life thing, and I think it's wonderful. And it's so funny, you can't call them soulmates, because do they have souls?
There we go.
But they are, you see what I did? They can't call them soulmates. But I love that it's the love of, they're the love of each other's lives, and I'm loving that we get to see how that initiated and what it looks like from the very beginning.
They're actually kind of
it's
adorable.
So sweet. I know, I'm it's so sweet, I can barely stand it.
So we know that Paris was going to be the next stop, but we also felt that you could feel a hint of danger in the undertow, because there's still, we still have a lot of story to tell, and we got introduced to a whole new character who feels very dangerous.
Santiago.
I mean,
Santiago.
His presence, you cannot look away. Like that whole everything about him is just like, whoa, you were powerful and you were extremely dangerous. Like he feels like a cobra right about to strike. Every time you see him on screen.
Yeah, I love it's I don't know how I feel. It's fascinating, right? Mm-hmm. It's interesting to me how vampires are so fascinated with the arts. Because remember, like Lestat was a composer and he believed in music, and apparently he was a wonderful actor as well. Mm-hmm. But it's just, I wonder what that connection is. Like that all the, so now we're in a theater and, there's the music and the acting and the this and the that. Like, is it because they're trying to portray how they view the world, or what is it about that they are so connected to? So I'm curious to see if there's anything about that in the books. Okay. So, in the comments, if you know what that connection is, I'd love to know. But yeah, Santiago is something to reckon with. And even Armand said, he was like, not everybody in this crew is so forgiving.
Like, I'm just trying to let you know.
He's like, block them thoughts, homie.
It's like, you
block them thoughts.
You're thinking reckless right now.
Yeah, he's like, nah.
And I want to spend some time with you, but you're thinking real reckless.
He's like, let me drop this knowledge on you, because Santiago ain't gonna have it.
Yeah. So how did you feel about Lestat's painting being there? It's like everywhere he goes, he can't shake Lestat.
Well, you know what, though? I'm not surprised, to be honest with you. Okay. Like, did I see it coming? No. But am I surprised? No.
Let me ask you a question, too. How are you feeling about the reporter? And there's some weird stuff kind of going on. Like, they're messing with his memories, and they're forcing him to go back in the past and talk about his experience of the lost love that he's had. And he had this moment where he was kind of like shaking off Armand's imagery. We don't know what that means. We're having issues with dealing with memory when we talked about it in the very first episode. We can see that vampires still have that power to glamour, and glamoring is to be able to influence and manipulate thoughts and read thoughts to your own benefit. So he could be being glamored on the spot. I don't know. I'm just curious. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I do remember vaguely being annoyed by him in season 1. And now he really annoys me because he has like this arrogance.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, and I'm like, where is that? What? Like, where is that coming from?
Well, you said something last episode regarding he already knows he's about to die. So he has kind of like that arrogance to kind of go along with it. It's like, well, why not?
I don't think I said that.
I thought you said that. Maybe not.
Wow, if I did, kudos to me, but I don't remember that at all.
Well, it's kind of like it strengthens your resolve to be like, F it, And
I get that, but you still don't have to be disrespectful. Like, I'm like, I don't understand where the disdain and the arrogance comes from when it comes to them. Like, they're trying to tell their story, but he like has to make fun of stuff. He has to throw in like inappropriate jokes or when they're in pain. Like, his view of them doesn't seem to be.
Well, I think he knows he's being bullshitted.
But he's not, though.
But he can feel it. I mean, remember Louis had said earlier, either was in this season or the previous season, that he was like, he is a very intelligent reporter. And it feels like they're calling him, I think he feels like these vampires are calling him over for revisionist history. Because it already started in the first season with him having the tapes and all this stuff. And he's like, this is what you said before, now you're telling me it's BS. So why should I kind of like believe you now? It feels like you're doing a fluff piece. Even though we were hinted at in the first season that Louis was like, this is important for everybody, that you need to know this information. But I feel like the reporter still thinks that he's kind of like being toyed with, that he's being fed information that's not factual. So he's like, if you're not going to take it seriously, then neither should I. Why are you BSing me like this?
Well, then
that's how I think.
But then in my head, I'm like, then why are we here?
Well, because he's a reporter. He's got to get the scoop.
Journalist, I think. Isn't he a journalist? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but I'm like,
It's like tempting a painter to the most beautiful painting in the world. I mean, like, you can paint it if you want. Well, yeah, he's gonna paint it. It's in him. That's a part of who he is. And so then,
but if that's a part of who you are, why are you gonna question and make fun and
because
joke?
Because he feels like he's being disrespected.
Oh, yeah. See, that's fascinating. I'm curious to know what you think.
And I think that's why Armand doesn't really like him.
I don't like him either.
Because he's able to sniff out the truth. So Armand is something. Yeah,
I like Armand. It's just
like he got swag.
Yeah, that's what it is.
He really looks the part and everything. Yeah. But there is something Armand is unsettled, which means I'm unsettled.
I get that. Yeah. I agree. And I agree wholeheartedly. I think that he knows more than he's putting forth. Yeah, that part. But, you know, when you're telling a reporter or a journalist or, you know, telling the public something, you tell them what you want them to know.
Right.
Because, you know, that's what you do, right? So I don't understand why the journalist is just not understanding that. Like he doesn't tell them what he doesn't want them to know. It's just that they can read his mind.
Yeah. Well, we are curious to know what you think in that. If you've been
so intriguing. Sorry.
Now, and if you've been enjoying the conversation that me and Mikel-Claire have been having, be a friend of the channel, hit that subscription button, and of course, give us that thumbs up because that's how the people know you're digging what we're giving you. And if you want to get to know Mikel-Claire a little bit better,
there will be links in the description for my social media platforms. Please follow along and join Tenzo Funnel, easy peasy.
Yeah. Hey, listen. Let me know. Let us know what we got right, what we got wrong, and the phone one is what did we miss. But please, keep in the context of what we watched for all of you book readers out there, because we're having a lot of fun.
We read books.
Yeah, well, the ones that have read this particular story that know all the details. Hey, listen, thank you all for your time, and we'll catch you all on the next episode. All right, y'all, take care.